Here we are, Thanksgiving Day, 1997, talking again with J.W. Anderson. Jake, how did you meet your wife?
Well, I came over to Lufkin. The folks had moved over about 3 months before. I worked a little while over at Bronson, and I come on over, and my wife's folks lived about a mile and a half from where we was living. We moved out on the farm out in Little Flock community.
Right.
And so we, of course, went to a church on Saturday night, and fella took me and my brother, and he was going the wagon, so we went with the wagon in church, and of course they introduced us. I had some kinfolks over there anyhow.
Right.
And so I was introduced to Tenny. Well, I don't know if it was that night, but later on, one night as we went to church, well, as we coming back, this fella with the wagon, well, Tenny and her sister had gone on there ahead of us, so they had a watermelon patch.
Uh-huh.
So when we got to the corner where we turned, well, they had us 2 big watermelons out there. And one for us and one for the people driving the wagon, you know.
Right.
So that's the way she caught me with watermelon. And so I started, I never did go with any other girl after I come to Lufkin except her.
Right.
And they had more to eat than I'd ever seen. I didn't know people had that much to eat. And
how did they have so much? Just successful farmers?
they all worked. That was a success. They all worked.
Uh-huh.
They really worked. A lot of people thought that was a magic place up there, but them girls, they worked all the time, man. There was one of Tenny's sisters, she plowed regular.
Right.
She was a plowing. They all worked hard, long days. And I kind of think that's the reason they didn't live longer than they did.
Worked themselves out.
Well, yeah, they done hard work. They didn't have any brothers old enough to work. They had 2 younger brothers, but they wasn't big enough. Those girls, they cut the wood, split the wood, and everything. And
What kinds of things did y'all do together before you got married?
Oh, well, there wasn't much to do. I didn't have any money at all. That was during the Depression. And I just come over and we just visited. I'd come over usually every weekend. She was going to school.
Right.
And so I'd come over on Saturday night usually. And most of the time most of the time we'd go to church. They had church on Saturday night. And then Sunday night I'd come over and go to church. And I had a pretty good walk. Time I walked to church, and then had to walk home from her house. Well, that's a pretty good jog. Yeah. But we didn't do much of anything. wasn't much to do on it. Also, sometime on Sunday, while there's usually other young people there on Sunday, may go for a walk in the woods or something, you know.
Right.
Something like that.
And how long was it until you knew you wanted to marry her?
Well, the thing about it is when I could marry her, no money, no job, so we finally decided to try it anyhow.
Right.
Yeah. I had $5. That's all I had. That's all the money. Of course, she didn't have any money.
Right.
And so we moved in with Papa and Mama, and we lived with them for a while. And finally I got a job uptown, and we moved to town. I got a job with a ice company.
And what did you do for them?
Well, I was, first I just worked at the plant there, but then later I got a rap delivering ice.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I'm doing mostly. Of course, that route paid $3 a day, and you worked 7 days a week. There were very few people making $21 a week. When the ice man would go in the store, the manager would come see what we wanted. People that were working, all of them was working 4 times. People that was laboring, you know.
Right.
And I know we people we roomed with there. That man worked for the Lufkin Foundry Machine Shop, which is Lufkin Industries now, and he was only making about anywhere from $7 to $10 a week. All he was making. And
So did you feel wealthy?
well, not really, but I mean, you didn't feel wealthy, but it's pretty good. We had plenty, you know, we could eat plenty to eat, stuff like that.
Right.
But no, I didn't feel wealthy, but I felt fortunate to have that, you know. And
What part of town were you living in then?
we're living in, no, that was the east side. We were just a little piece of east side of North First there. And we rented 2 rooms.
And what did Tenny do while you were off at work?
She worked the house. She could sew and
Right.
stuff like that. She made clothes, a lot of clothes for me. And so she stayed busy. And then after we finally bought a little house out, well, of course she had her garden then.
Right.
And she worked in the garden, and we had a cow. So as we could get to a place where she could have a cow. She loved to milk cows, and so we had plenty of milk, butter, stuff like that.
Right.
And we done that on the farm there. She would, I'd go to town and sell some milk and butter once in a while. And so we done all right. We didn't never have too much money, but and then I went to work to the paper mill. That paper mill built. Well, it'd been I guess a couple of years, but they was putting in another operation there. For a cylinder machine they put in. But anyhow, in that construction, I got on in construction, and then I went into the plant as a paper maker on the newsprint side.
Was that better than driving the ice around?
Yeah. Well, I was having problems. I got a shoulder was giving me a lot of trouble. You carry that ice in a bag on over your shoulder, you know.
Uh-huh.
I figured that was what's doing it, and I wanted to get out anyhow. And so I got a job at the paper mill.
So you worked out there the rest of your working days?
Yeah, 37 years.
Did you like it out there?
Well, not really. It paid good. It was a good paying job for Lufkin. And I worked shift work. I really didn't like shift work.
Right.
But, you know, I couldn't figure how I could do no better. So I just stayed with it.
And you were, when World War II came up, when World War II started, you weren't drafted, were you?
No. Well, I volunteered for the draft.
Okay.
That's what you done. They didn't take volunteers. You just volunteer to draft. What they do, they put your name on top of the next list.
Right.
The next bunch going, see. They just put you on top. So that's what I done. I volunteered for the draft. I was working under I don't know, job, you know, what they call that, you would, you wouldn't have, you didn't have to go, you know, you stay and work.
Right. Deferment.
Well, and after I'd already signed up to go, they called me from the paper mill and told me they had another extension on that thing. You know, I'd be off another, I don't know how long it went from time to time, where a year or 6 months or what.
Right.
But I didn't take it. Exemption, they called it, I guess. And so I went on. I had these 2 boys, and I thought more or less that I felt like I should go.
Uh-huh.
And but I don't know. Most people said I was a fool for not going when I didn't have to, you know.
Right.
So whatever.
How did Tenny feel about it?
Well, she didn't try to keep me from it. Of course, she hated to see me go, you know.
Right.
And she had it pretty rough. I guess she had it rougher than I did. She, you know, just her and them 2 boys. They didn't get much money. I forgot what it was.
Right.
Of course, I didn't make, Army wasn't paying anything, $30 a month, I think.
Uh-huh.
But there wasn't much left. And like I say, but of course she had her garden and had a cow.
Right.
And she's a good manager. She was a fine manager.
Didn't she have some health problems while you were gone? Or was that later on?
I don't remember anything while I was gone. She had some problems later in life there.
Right.
And she had well, I don't know when it was. She had well, it was about 65, I guess, because she had a heart attack.
Uh-huh.
Doctor's office. And so the doctor, I was there with her, and sitting there with her. Well, that was before they had this ICU, you know. So they had a nurse there holding her, checking her pulse, and they were racing. And I don't know, remember what they said, but it was out of the world.
Right.
So a doctor, he come by to see her, but he didn't say nothing to me. Well, he come back by evidently when he was going to go home. He come back by in the afternoon, and so when he went out the door, well, I went out and called him, and he come back. I asked him, I said, well, what's her chances? Oh, said she don't have a chance. Said she can't live. Said, I'm sorry, but she just can't make it. So I walked back to the room, and I just there, and I said, well, you know, after all, he's not in charge. And I said, I told the Lord, Lord, I believe we need her. Me and them grandkids need her a little longer. But I said, if you time to take her, why, I believe I can handle it. And so next morning she was coming back to normal, and I wasn't serving the Lord or nothing.
But he heard you anyway.
He heard me anyway. Yeah. I believed in him, but I surely wasn't serving him. I believed in him, but I wasn't doing nothing about it.
Right. Did that lead you any closer to him?
Huh?
Did that lead you any closer to him?
Well, not really. Not really. Well, when she finally passed away, I found out I couldn't handle it.
Right.
So that's when I had to call on the Lord. And I couldn't get no help. And so I said, well, if I'm going to get any help, it's going to have to be from the Lord. Well, that done it right there. So then I decided, I said, well, if I'm ever going to do anything for the Lord, I got to learn the Word. And so that's when I started studying the Word. And so this happened. I couldn't get no help, but every once in a while something come along, helped me a little. I got onto them tapes.
Right.
And old Chuck Smith. And so I made it all right after that. When I got on them tapes, I was going in.
Yeah. How'd you get on to Chuck Smith? Did you hear him on the radio or something?
Now there was a lady give me a catalog from Hosanna, a rent. They rented tape.
Right.
Well, I was looking through it, and there were two people there that was preaching through the Bible. Well, I said, well, what I'll do, I ordered 3 tapes from each one of them. That's the kind of study I wanted, right through the Bible, see? And so I ordered 3 from each one of them. 12, 13, and 14 of 1 Corinthians. I said, I ought to find out. And I did. One of them now, he didn't believe in the gifts. He had a hard time getting through them chapters. And but the other, old Smith, he laid it out. So I just started with it. And then I don't know where I called or wrote or something to find out where he was, see?
Uh-huh.
And so I got his address in and started dealing with him, ordered tape from him.
Right.
And I'm still with him.
How far along has he gotten now? Is he up to Ephesians or Philippians or someplace like that?
He's an Ephesian.
Ephesians.
No, wait. EPA. EPA, that's Ephesians.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in Ephesians. Yeah, I was just making some, chapter 4.
Okay.
Ephesians. Yeah. He's gonna finally make it. He's gonna get through the Bible in about, a year or 2 more.
Uh-huh.
When it first started, well, it didn't take him long to get through it. But this time, I believe it's going to take him 15 years. But boy, he just gets one chapter. But he does a good job on it, I'll tell you.
Well, maybe he's planning to retire when he finishes this time,
No,
and he doesn't want to retire.
I don't think he'll ever retire. Yeah, I don't know whether he's planning to start it again when he gets through. And I imagine he will. I'm going to stay with him as long as he's going.
Uh-huh. So let's back up again. What year did you actually get into the Army?
Man, I don't know. I don't know.
How long were you in?
18 months.
18 months?
Yeah, you can figure it up from that.
Okay.
Well, I say, but it was the war. I don't know how long the war was over before I got in. Oh, there's another thing too. We was over there in, I guess we was in Germany. France won. Germany, yeah, I think. Anyhow, the war was over, they had a questionnaire there. Give us a questionnaire. What do you want to do? You want to stay here, or you want to go home, or something else? And I said, well, them people, they sound stupid to me.
Uh-huh.
I want to go home. And so about that time I got but it looked like I thought it was going to be stuck over there on, to stay, you know, for, well, I don't know how long. And I got a letter from Tenny. She said they done knew the war was over, you know, and she said she was looking for me to be home in August. Well, that was in, June or July.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't long. I said, well, she finally blew the fuse. Ain't no way. But August, I landed in New York. Just like she said.
She must have been praying or something.
Well, she knew what it, I mean, it come out, just like she said, and I didn't know it. I said, I don't know about that woman. Ain't no way I can get home in August. I thought I'd be good to get home for Christmas. Yeah. But that's the way it went.
I heard a story once about how you hadn't seen your brother Jerry in years, and she told you to go look for him at a particular place, and y'all went, and there he was. Do you remember that?
No, not really. Not really. There was a time, I forgot how it was, but there was a story like that, but I can't get it straight. I don't remember what it was. Well, she told us once, I don't know where it was, a letter or if I went to see him, but she knew. He wasn't, see, he had, him and his wife, he had a wife in England, and they had split. And the only way he could get at was to be lost for 7 years. So he wouldn't ride home or anything for 7 years while he was waiting for this. And if he had ever set his foot in England, well, they'd have got him. But of course, he was still shipping. Now, of course, people could have. This Maritime Union, of course, they knew, you know, where he was all the time.
Right.
But we didn't. We didn't know how to get in.
Yeah. What unit were you in the war?
17th Airborne.
And did you actually do many jumps?
Yeah, I done 8 jumps, but only 1 combat jump.
Where was that at?
That was in Germany. We jumped in. It was in the Ruhr Valley. I can't remember the name of the little place where we jumped. And it was pretty rough jump. They were looking for us. Well, they told us that they knew we was coming.
Uh-huh.
But said we're still going. And well, I think the only way we made it is I just figured this out myself, that a plane got shot down. Of course, ours did too. But the first plane that got shot down, well, then the next plane come, well, he dumped his load there, you see.
Right.
So there's 2 or 3. Well, I said our plane, we thought our plane got shut down, but then we'd already, so what they done, they dumped us too, see.
Right.
They give us a signal, and we bailed out there. Well, there was 2 planes there burning, and there's no boy tangled up my chute. I jumped number 13 on the left, he jumped number 5 on the right, but he had in my chute
Uh-huh.
inside the line. And well, we were so close to the ground. Well, when I seen him up there, well, I looked, checked, we was coming in. I told him, I said, don't do nothing, we're coming in. They can wreck both chutes if you get to messing around.
Sure.
So I told him, I said, just take it easy, we're coming in. So we come in, and these 2 planes burning over there. I thought we never was going to get out of the harness.
Yeah.
And I didn't have some of the boys wore a knife they could get to, but I didn't. So we finally got loose, and and of course we made it. You know, a lot of them didn't, but and then the next day when we were moving out, we passed our drop zone where we were supposed to land.
Uh-huh.
I counted 88 guns out of them, big guns.
Right.
I'm sure they're loaded with grape shot.
Yeah.
And of course they could just use 2 sides, you know. And the side we passed, it was eight on it, and I imagine it's 8 on the next side, see. They get 2 sides so they shoot.
Sounds like a good place not to go.
Yeah, I believe if we'd have landed in that drop zone, I don't believe any of us would have made it.
Yeah. So was your jump successful? Because from what I understand, the generals thought airborne was sort of a new toy, and they weren't very smart about how they used it.
Well, they wasn't smart sometimes, but this, it is all a mix-up like everything else. We jumped in. That was right after. I don't know if you've read about it, but the Americans accidentally got a crossing on the Rhine River.
Right.
That bridge, the only bridge on it.
Uh-huh.
And but then the Germans, they couldn't get enough across to get enough of force, so they was out. There was a big bunch of the Germans that was coming to support these fellas that was still holding them.
Uh-huh.
They had across the bridge, but they never could get away, you know. And so we jumped between these 2 forces. The force that was defending or fighting the Americans, and then the force that was supposed to be coming in.
The reinforcements? Yeah.
And we were going to stop the reinforcements. But it was all didn't materialize. And the first place is the Autobahn Highway where they was coming in.
Uh-huh.
Autobahn Highway wasn't built. It was in operation, but from the air it looked like a highway. But it wasn't. It was just piles of dirt.
Yeah.
And there's no travel at all. Wasn't no Autobahn Highway, but it looked like it from the air. So then we just went on. Finally we joined. About the 3rd night, I think it was. We joined the English. We were with the English and tank brigade.
Uh-huh.
And there was with a squad. Our squad was 12 men. And the airborne squad was 12 men. The Army was 15. We had 12-man squad, and we had 2 sergeants, a sergeant and a buck sergeant then too. And but we were 12 men on a tank, and they was cutting these lines. Is really what they're doing there. The Germans, they're cutting all their lines to communicate. They're just going through this like a crisscross, you know.
Uh-huh.
So we was following them, and we was protecting the tank from small arms fire. They would protect us with big fire.
Right.
If we got into a skirmish. And they had a tank battle there one night, and I slept through it. I was asleep back there on that tank. I was setting up. I can sleep setting up. I still can't.
You must have been pretty tired.
Yeah. and no, we haven't been getting much sleep, not, you know. So, yeah, I woke up, everybody's gone. No, I was the only man on the tank. And come to find out, Jumper just knocked out 3 of the tank and never had woke me up. So, I made it pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And
What about the time? I've heard that one time you were commanded to guard a bridge, and it was the broken bridge
yeah,
instead of the good bridge.
That's what I say. That's the way the whole man. I don't know how we won that war.
Tell me how that worked.
Well, this town, city that we went to there, well, they come in and, boy, I mean, in a hurry, they called it shooting target. Well, we was going in,
This was after your jump?
oh yeah.
Okay.
We was going to protect that bridge. These Germans, when they retreated, they blowed all the bridge. The city had a bridge every other street.
Right.
Every other street had a bridge across. Well, they just laid them things in the middle. They just sunk right in. Well, we went there. Well, the bridge we went on already been blowed up, sitting there, laying in the canal. And I could look up yonder, and about 3 bridges up, I could see that bridge that was still across. Wasn't nobody guarding it. I said something to the sergeant, but he let me know quick. He was following orders, and I learned to keep my mouth shut. It don't make any difference. That is the bridge they want to guard while we was guarding, you know. See it, nobody blows it up again.
I suppose it worked.
I suppose it did. And that's what it is. I don't know how we ever won that war with all that stuff like that going on.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I had a time.
Emily, you showing something to Papa J? Did you show him your horses?
Yeah, she showed me our horses.
They're ponies.
Yeah, ponies. They're pretty. Yeah. They're both pretty. Yeah. Well,
So they feed you well while you were in the Army?
no. No.
They feed you at all?
Yeah. Yeah. And no. In basic training, they fed good. But of course, I didn't know it. I never had nothing to compare with it. But I found out, boy, that is the best they'd ever been. And then people are selling all the groceries. I was working KP there on one place, that is North Carolina, I think. And they had, for the morning rations come in, they had 11 sides of 1,000-pound beef.
Uh-huh.
Big thing. And they was only feeding 2 companies. That day for dinner, them old boys had carrots, just a piece of meat once in a while.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Boy, they sold it all. They didn't feed us. Ooh.
What about while you were in combat? I've heard stories about you, the soldiers finding their own food in old farmhouses and stuff.
We were in Germany. We didn't have any rations. See, we was airborne.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we carried a big spoon in our pocket.
Uh-huh.
And we'd every break we'd get tanks would stop something. If there's any houses around there, we'd go see what we could find. And now them Englishmen, them limeys, they were scared of that stuff. They were afraid it's poison. Well, you know, after all, you got to see. And so but them bunches that was with me on that tank, or I was with them, of course, but I come out of there, I went to one of them houses and I found a half a gallon of pear preserve.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, them was fine. I come out, I eat all I wanted, and I just set them on the tank tracks there, you know. So them fellas, they watched me a while, but finally they got a nerve, and it wasn't but a few days, they were just as bad as we was. And of course they had their ration, and they fixed supper for us the first night. But I just took it on myself. I wouldn't know that, but I just took it on myself. I told that tank commander there, I said, look, I said, now, y'all ain't got no groceries. You can't feed us. And I said, you don't worry about us. We'll get something to eat. If there's anything to eat, we'll get it. But I said, but they made tea. But I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. If you got plenty of tea, I'll keep drinking tea with you. But I said, don't fix some more that stuff for us. I just took it on myself. I wasn't in charge or nothing.
Was it easy to find clean drinking water?
You know, I don't remember what we done for water. I hadn't thought about it. I'm sure we got water. I don't remember.
Which division was your unit attached to? Or which army? Do you remember?
Well, we was, the 17th was, yeah, well, for a while, one time we got attached to an English outfit. I don't know, I never did know what was going on either. And then after the war, well, they broke us up. They broke it up. You know, there wasn't no more 17.
Right.
And we went into the 13th Airborne, and we was with them till we come home. And they hadn't 13th hadn't been in combat, so of course we didn't think much of it.
Right.
Well, that's yeah, that army, it's good to look back on, you know, thing. A lot of times I thought I wasn't going to make it. And I didn't. I couldn't understand asking God to take care of me, and that old boy over there, he got it. He won't get taken care of too, you know.
Yeah.
And so I never could understand just how that'd go. So, but I'd take him when I come out. But I'd pray for my family.
Right.
But I actually didn't pray for too much technical. Like I say, I didn't understand that.
Right.
I don't know if I understand it now. You and the fella fighting, he's praying for protection, you praying protection. But I mean, it's a draw.
That's right. So I guess you...
Lord, he protected me. I can see now. His hand is on me all the way. Oh, there was places there wasn't no way out. And I can see now. Of course, I can see now he had his hand on me all my life. You know. And but I'm always glad I went them and I still think, but of course, like I say, the people look at it a different way. They're like, yeah, you're a fool, you know, for going. Like, come back to paper mill, you know, and oh boy, there. I don't see why in the hell there couldn't have been some more third hands killed, you know, you get a promotion, you know.
Yeah.
And I say, well, you might have been a hero over there, but you're just a so-and-so here, you know. Yeah, I found that out.
Did anybody give you respect for having gone?
Nobody but my boys.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a few people, yeah, but darn few. Mighty few.
Did your boys remember you when you got back?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My wife was telling me that one time now she heard them talking there and had a project something and said they're going to build me a deal to come home on, you know.
Uh-huh.
And old Jerry said, well, yeah, but I says, I'm going to put a seat on mine. I know how my daddy likes to sit down. Yeah, they remember.
And I guess y'all were all really happy to see each other when you did get back.
Oh, goodness, yeah. But like I say, I was only overseas 8 months.
Uh-huh.
It didn't take me long to wind that thing up.
All they needed to do is get you there and they'd wind it up.
That's right. I went over in, January or February. Shooting was over in March.
Uh-huh.
Made one jump. That wound that up. And then they put us on a Japanese ship, and we'd already took physical
Yeah.
to go to. So they, like I told them, we was coming home. The outfit, half of it was going to get to come home for a furlough.
Uh-huh.
The other half was going to the Pacific, and we didn't know which was which.
Right.
And so I didn't know. But then when we was going down to the docks, well, somebody got a Star and Stripes, a hold of a Star and Stripes paper,
Right.
and that bomb had been dropped. And we had a session there. Well, a lieutenant there, he was trying to make rank, you know, and he said, well, he didn't think that was right, you know, dropping that bomb.
Uh-huh.
I said, well, could I tell you what I think, sir? I said, I hope the waves is washing over the island in the morning. And because had we have gone in, we'd have had to kill women and children. They would have defended that. That was holy ground, you know.
Right.
Sacred ground, or whatever you call it. And we'd have lost a lot of men. And I guess that's about wound that up.
Okay. Can I ask you one more question?
All right.
What would you like your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren to remember about you, and what word would you have for them as they grow up?
Well, the word I'd have was to serve the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, I'd like to remember me as a caring grandfather. I love all of them. And yeah, I'd like to meet them all in heaven.
Amen. Well, thanks for sitting here all this time.
Okay. Okay.